Scales, scales, scales. The one thing that almost no one really wants to practice. In fact, most people find a virtually inexhaustible list of reasons why they don't really need to practice scales. But I've got news for you. You need to. And in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 reasons why you should practice scales every single day. And as a bonus at the end of the video, I'm going to give you a few different ways that will help you make scale practice become less monotonous, more fulfilling, and enjoyable. Let's get into it. Okay, so reason number 1 is that practicing scales will help familiarize you with all 24 major and minor keys. Now, obviously, not every single piece of music is written in the key of C major, which means, of course, that it would be advantageous to anyone who plays the piano to learn more than just a C major scale. That means that when it comes time to learn a piece of music in 4 flats, you'll know that that's the key of A flat major, and you'll even know the scale off the top of your head and be able to play it fluently. Or it could actually be F minor, but let's not get into that right now. This will greatly aid you in learning music more quickly and efficiently. Reason number 2 is that it's an ideal way to teach your hands and arms how to move up and down the keyboard. This is, of course, from the idea that the fundamental teaching of technique must include instruction in scales and arpeggios. And that's why the majority of teachers for hundreds of years have recommended that their students practice scales every day. And actually, it's just because it works. In my opinion, scales are an ideal means of teaching the fundamentals of technique that then can be easily applied to repertoire. Now, obviously, it's not quite as simple as that, as repertoire is often more complex than just a simple scale. But the technical fundamentals that a student learns in scale practice can easily be expanded to meet the demands of various repertoire. Alright, so reason number 3 is that scale study will prep you for any and all scalar passages that you come across in any piece that you play. It is very often that when playing the repertoire, you will come across basically unaltered scales in many and various passages. Knowing and being able to play your scales very well will help you play these kinds of passages with ease and fluency. Alright, so reason number 4 is that it actually makes learning new music much more simple. Music is made up of scale fragments, and so knowing your scales will help you recognize the scale fragments and learn music more quickly. Rather than just seeing accidentals, you'll actually be able to see key changes and recognize what's happening in the music. Thus, you'll learn it more quickly. And now for our last reason, number 5, is because your teacher said so. Seriously though, if your teacher is a good, experienced pianist, then they probably know what they're talking about, and you should listen to them. There is absolutely no point in paying a teacher money every single week to not listen to them. Seriously, just do it. Okay, so now, as I promised, a couple bonus tips to help your scale practice be more fun and enjoyable. The first tip I have is to practice your scales in several different ways. This can be as simple as just practicing hands together, as well as hands alone, or it can be a little bit more complex, like playing your scales first legato and then staccato. You can even practice one hand legato while the other hand plays staccato, and vice versa. This is a great way to help improve your coordination as well as make your scale practice less monotonous. My second tip is to find several different kinds of scale exercises to practice each day. For instance, I practice my scales in parallel motion, contrary motion, as well as at the 3rd, 6th, and 10th. This not only varies my scale practice, so I'm not doing the same thing every single day, but it also helps develop technique and a thorough awareness and knowledge of all the keys. Because being able to play scales at the 3rd, 6th, and 10th means that you know those scales extremely well. Alright, well that's it for this one. I hope that it was helpful and informative. If you have any questions or requests for future videos, make sure and put those in the comments down below. Seriously, don't forget. Make sure and leave a comment. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.